see a special performance from Professor Madison and the 3L players, or the 3L quintet, whatever you want to call it. So as an introduction, Sir Thomas More is a famous English lawyer and Christian who, due to his unwillingness to swear an oath that King Henry VIII was the supreme head of the church, was executed. More became Chancellor of England, the highest legal position, in 1530. He mentored a young man, Richard Rich, when Rich was starting his career. Later, when the confrontation arose between Henry VIII and More, Rich was recruited by Thomas Cromwell, the king's right-hand man. Because More was popular and highly respected, Cromwell sought to have More discredited so that ultimately he could be executed. The scene you're about to see from the play A Man for All Seasons shows More at his home with his wife Alice, his daughter, and his daughter's fiancé, William Roper the Younger. In the scene, Richard Rich makes an appearance. When it becomes clear the group knows Rich is plotting with Cromwell, Rich becomes defensive, but does seek to have More give him a way out by employing Rich, someone who was not qualified nor had the skill to serve under the Chancellor, and whose character More had come to recognize as weak. More refuses, and then Rich leaves. The famous exchange at that point among More and his family is the main point for which your professor is offering the excerpt of this play. Professor Madison, if that isn't clear. Roper encourages More to overlook the law, in this case because of Rich's plotting. The other family do too. When Roper and More are referring to the law here, they would have understood that after Magna Carta, everyone not only had a right to a jury at trial, but also the right to a grand jury as a buffer between the powerful state and the individual. Thus, the discussion of the law here and the lengths to which More would go in protecting the law rather than serve his own interests is in fact referring to More's belief in the right to a jury, and that the jury serves as a crucial protection to protect individuals and to serve as a check on the powerful. More was ultimately found guilty of treason for refusing to sign the oath that Henry VIII was supreme leader of the church. Before he was beheaded in the Tower of London, he was reported to have said, "I die the king's good servant, but God's first." The play was made into a movie of the same name, and it won an Academy Award for Best Picture in 1966. You should add this to your watch list. Watch it, it's a good movie. I'll let them in and we'll begin. Master Rich is here, Sir Thomas.
Good evening, sir.
Ah, Richard.
Lady Alice, Lady Margaret.
Good evening, Master Rich.
You know Sir William Roper the Younger?
By reputation, of course.
Good evening, Master
Rich.
Oh.
Have heard of me?
Yes.
In what connection? Can't imagine what you have heard. I sense that I'm not welcome here.
Why, Richard, have you done something that should not make you welcome?
Why would you suspect it of me?
I just suspected because of your behavior.
Cromwell is asking questions about you, particularly about you. He's continually collecting information about
I know
you.
that. I know that. Oh, Matthew, please.
There's one of his sources.
Of course, he's my servant. Who wouldn't use my servant?
Senor Diego, the Spanish ambassador.
Collects information too. That's one of his functions.
You look at me as though I were an enemy.
Why, Richard, you're shaking.
Margaret, help me.
How?
Employ me.
No.
Employ me.
No!
I would be faithful.
Richard, you could not answer for yourself so far as tonight.
Arrest him!
He's dangerous.
For what?
He's clearly plotting with Cromwell against against you.
He is. Arrest him.
There's no law against that.
There is. God's law.
Well, then let God arrest him.
Sophistication upon sophistication.
No, sheer simplicity. The civil procedure, legal procedure, the law, Roper, the law. I know procedure, not what I think is right or wrong.
Then you set man's law above God's.
No, far below. But let me draw your attention to the fact. I'm not God. The currents and eddies of right and wrong that you find such plain sailing, I can't navigate. I'm no voyager. But in the thickets of the law, I can find procedure.
And while you talk, he is gone.
And go he should if he was the devil himself until he broke the law.
So now you
the
would
grand
give-
jury found he broke the law.
So now you would give the devil the benefit of law?
Yes. And what would you do? Cut a great road through the law to get after the devil?
I would cut down all the laws in England to do so.
Oh. And when the last law was down, and the devil turned round on you, where would you hide, Roper, the laws all being flat? This country's planted thick with laws. Man's laws, not God's. And do you really think you could stand upright when the winds that would blow them? Yes, I'd give the devil the benefit of the law for my own safety's sake. There we go.